All right, so today we're doing something a little different. We're not going to review a lawyer. Instead, we're going to tear down a powerful piece of communication, their website. We're talking about something that's specifically engineered to reach someone on, well, possibly the worst day of their entire life. Let's dive in.
So just picture this for a second. The panic is setting in. Your hands are shaking as you open up a search browser. And this is the first thing you see. Just one word, right? All caps with a question mark. It's not a friendly hello, it's a jolt. It's a hook designed to reflect the absolute crisis you're in. It works because it's asking the one question that has taken over your entire reality.
And then, bam, right after that hook, they hit you with this. This phrase, and this is straight from the website, is just a masterclass in creating pressure. It takes all that confusion and panic and turns it into a frantic race against time. The point here isn't to get you to think slowly and carefully, right? No way. The goal is to make you terrified of not acting, to force you to find a solution like right now.
Okay, so once that panic and urgency are locked in, what happens? You're desperately looking for a lifeline. And the website has to shift gears. It goes from creating the crisis to being the solution. So let's look at how it makes that all-important first impression.
I mean, just look at this. There is absolutely zero subtlety here. This isn't some gentle suggestion. It's a series of huge, all-caps promises that are basically like a giant rescue flare. It goes right for your biggest fears: the charges, the sentence, and of course, the cost. The goal is so simple. It's to stop you from searching anywhere else by literally shouting the answers you're desperate to find.
So after all those big promises, you've got to be thinking, okay, but why should I actually believe any of this? And that's the website's next job, building trust and fast. It does this using two really powerful pillars. So the first pillar is social proof, and look how they use it. This is perfect. The site doesn't just have a testimonial that says he was a good lawyer. No, it features one that sells this almost mythical outcome, a do-over in life. Forget all the legal stuff. This is pure emotion. It taps right into that deep sense of regret and the desperate hope for a second chance. And that right there, that's the core of the strategy. You see what's happening? They're reframing what's being sold. It's not just criminal defense anymore. It's something much more universal, much more human. The desire for a clean slate, a second chance. And that shift is everything, because you're not selling a service, you're selling an emotional transformation. And that is so much more powerful. And that same testimonial also points us to the second pillar of trust, authority. You notice how the client specifically says he's a former prosecutor? That's not an accident. That is a very calculated credential. It's designed to signal that this lawyer has a special kind of power, insider knowledge.
And what's so smart about this is how that one little phrase works on two different levels. For you, the potential client, the message is super clear and powerful. This guy knows how the other side thinks. He knows their playbook. But for the lawyer, it's signaling something else, a huge strategic advantage. It's basically saying, you're not just hiring any old lawyer. You're hiring an insider who knows how to beat the system from the inside out.
All right, so at this point, if you're on the site, you're feeling hopeful. You're starting to trust them. The website's next job is absolutely critical. It has to turn that feeling into action. And to do that, it needs to make the next step seem incredibly easy, safe, and immediate. And here's the path they lay out for you. Look at how each step just knocks down a different barrier. Worried about the cost? Boom, 100% free consultation. Don't know when to call? Open 24 hours. Feeling overwhelmed and don't know what to do next? Just one simple command, call now. It's a perfect funnel. It's designed to take all that anxiety and channel it into one single simple action.
And this idea of access, of being available, it even extends to their physical offices. You see, one office has normal hours, but the other two are listed as open 24 hours. Now, honestly, whether that's literally true or just symbolic, it doesn't really matter. The message it sends is what counts. We are here for you, always. Whenever your crisis hits, there is never a bad time to reach out.
Okay, we're almost there. But there's one last really crucial piece to this puzzle. The website has made all these huge emotional promises. But to really seal the deal, it has to connect that emotion to some kind of logical process.
It needs to link the what they're promising with the how they're going to do it.
And this is exactly how they pull it off. You see on the left, you've got the goal, the what you want, to get your charges reduced or dismissed. And right next to it, you get the reassuring how, by devising the best defense strategy. This pairing is so important. It takes those big emotional promises and makes them feel real, makes them feel calculated, and most importantly, makes them feel like they can actually happen.
And finally, look at this. The site casts a really wide net. It lists all these different practice areas: DUI, felonies, domestic violence, you name it. And what does that do? It signals to pretty much anyone who lands on this page in a panic that, yep, we handle that. You've come to the right place. It just maximizes the odds that a desperate person sees their exact problem right there on the screen.
So, when you put this all together, what have we found? It's basically a 5-step playbook for how to persuade someone in a crisis. Step 1, create intense urgency. Step 2, sell an emotional outcome, not a service. 3, build that trust with authority and social proof. 4, get rid of every single barrier to taking action. And 5, connect your big promises to a clear, logical process.
And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. This whole strategy, it's built on a story, right? A story of rescue, of redemption, of having an insider on your side. So it really makes you wonder, when we're at our most vulnerable, what do we respond to more? A dry list of facts and figures, or a powerful story that gives us hope? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.